where we go when things go wrong. Home should be a safe place, and with a little preparation, it can be. In the next 5 minutes, you'll learn simple steps you can take right now to make yours as safe and secure as possible when threatened by storms, intruders, or even fire.
I grew up in tornado country, and I still remember all those nights where the sirens would be going off for tornadoes, and we'd run downstairs to the one room in the house that didn't have windows, and that's where we'd stay while the storm passed, and that was the downstairs bathroom. And that is conventional wisdom for storms of this type, that you want to be preferably in an interior room that has no windows. A basement would be even more ideal if you have one, as long as there's not something super heavy up above you. You can also cover up with blankets or mattresses or that sort of thing. And in our house, the one room that has no windows is here in our closet in the sauna. And so you can look around your house and find where there would be any rooms that would be the most secure for you to hang out when storms pass over.
In the event of an earthquake, you're going to want to identify something that has structural integrity in your home. Something like this table. It's sturdy and it's strong and it's heavy. So this would be a great option. But if you have something else in your home that provides that strength overhead, that's what you're going to want to identify and move to that space. It's not generally recommended to run outside during an earthquake, but if you happen to find yourself outside during an earthquake, then try and find an open clearing or an area that's away from buildings or trees. If you're dealing with a wildfire, unless you have experience and you're set up to shelter in place, probably the best option would be to just evacuate from that area. Also, same with flooding. If your home is in a danger zone and you have the potential for severe flooding in your area, then probably making an evacuation plan would be your best option.
There's a lot that you can do to make your home safer from a home invasion. One thing is your door. You would be amazed how easy it is for somebody to kick your door in. And this is because screws that are sent with the striker plates for deadbolts and doorknobs are often short, and they don't go very far into studs, if at all. And so you can pull those short screws out and use a screw gun to run in some longer screws, like a 3-inch, or even longer if it takes that to get into the stud. Run that in on your striker plates, and also at least 1 or 2 on each hinge, and you'll make your door so much harder to kick in. Also, there are devices that you can install on the bottom of your door that will make it extremely difficult for somebody to kick it in, such as the night lock, and that can be a good option too. In case of a home invasion, you'll want to pick a room to retreat to, and it would be ideal if the door to that room is a reinforced solid core door with a lock, perhaps even a deadbolt if you're in a volatile area. You'll want to make sure you have a phone handy in there for calling for help, and it would also be wise to have defensive tools safely stored nearby. Now, this is a highly personal topic, and only you can decide what your best option is, but whichever route you go, you need to train with it and be comfortable using it. For home safety from fire, I'm sure you already have a smoke alarm. Just make sure that you test it once a month and change the battery once a year, unless it's a permanent 10-year battery. For fire extinguishers, you need at least a couple of fire extinguishers, one in your kitchen, one on each floor of the house, one in the garage if you have one. Type ABC is a good all-purpose type of fire extinguisher. Type K can go in the kitchen. And I like a 10-pound fire extinguisher, but if you find that to be too heavy for you, a 5-pounder can work. For chimney fire, Chimfex sticks are amazing. You can put out a chimney fire in as little as 22 seconds. And finally, you want to have a good evacuation plan where every bedroom has 2 ways out, a door and a window, and then everyone needs to be aware of a rendezvous point where everybody goes to that same spot so that everyone can be accounted for and you don't think that someone is still in the house when they're actually safe.
Keeping your home safe doesn't have to be complicated. It just takes a little preparation. Start by identifying a safe room, checking your fire extinguishers and smoke alarms, considering defense options, and setting up an evacuation plan with the rendezvous point. For more tips and tools, visit the 521 resources page at thereadylife.com/521. And we'll see you tomorrow for the next step of the 521 Preparedness Plan.